Hey there guys, Cobra Assassin here, and today I have a cool redstone invention to show you. And there's two versions of this invention. And this invention is a automatic sugarcane farm. And this version over here is for like survival, and if you don't have that much iron, because it requires only like 2 hoppers. And this version over here is if you have a bunch of iron, so you can make a bunch of hoppers, which is all back there. So this is what it looks like in action. Now I'm just going to simulate it growing by placing sugarcane right there. So what it does is it extends, which breaks the grown sugarcane, and then it falls into this water and then into that hopper, and it gets transferred into another one and into this chest right here. So it's completely automatic, and you don't have to go back and replant and all that. Now that's the first version, and the second version works the exact same way, except sometimes when it breaks it doesn't fall completely into the water. I'm going to try to simulate that. Wow, this is really lucky. Okay, so sometimes it'll just land there, kind of like that, but sometimes it'll land farther back and it will go into those hoppers. And those hoppers go down and into this one, which goes into here. Now for how it works. So whenever a sugarcane grows to its second level, it updates these pistons. And whenever it updates these pistons, it travels along. And this furnace has 23 in the top slot, by the way. So whenever it updates these, it updates this last piston, which moves the sand up. And normally the comparator is powered on because of this. And then whenever the sand goes up, it turns off this, and all the redstone turns off, activating the rest if it only activates, say, this one. It activates the rest. And it works just the same for this one too, but the only difference between these two is stained glass and more hoppers, which I will show you how to build in the next part. So now how to build it. So what you need to build these is all of these. Now you need multiple of each of these, except the furnace and a few other things, but you need at least 23 stone to put inside the furnace. So now you take all of your blocks and all of your stuff, and what you need first are your hopper, a building block. I'm just using iron for this, a chest, and water, sand, sugarcane, and the glass pane is mostly optional, except it can sometimes prevent sugarcane from flying out when it breaks. So you're going to build 7 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But as I said earlier, it can go forever long as you want, as long as this. You just need repeaters going along on here, but this is as far as I'm using it because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, and then you need to build 7 across, and then a few back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 8. It's either 8 or 7. I'll find out later. So you can basically just keep going like this all the way back, but you will take some of these out. So right in the middle here, you're going to place a chest with a hopper going into it, and you shift click on it, and then another one going into that. And this row right here is where your water is going to be. So you can build up a little wall so the water doesn't flood out. So you're going to put the sand here, and then you can basically block it off on the end. The sides are basically optional, but except for this block and that one because it holds in water. And you could easily put a bunch of hoppers going in, but I just wanted to use less resources by putting water on each of these. So this is where your sugarcane is going to be growing. And then back here, yeah, you don't need these. So these are where your pistons are going to be. They're all going to be right here. Like this, as far as your sugarcane goes. And then on this last one, you're going to need to put it like that with sand. Then you can take your furnace, and it doesn't have to face any direction. Then you can place your 23 stone into it like that. And basically the roof is optional. I just did it so it looks a little nice. So it looks like that, and the sides, the stair look is also optional. So after you do this, then you place a block like that, one up like that, one over, and then all the way across to the here. And right here, you take your redstone and you put your comparator right there. So if it doesn't turn on, then you must have done something wrong, like here. So you place redstone there, and then a repeater there with no delay, and then redstone going all the way across here. Now I like building the roof because it looks nice, but as I said before, you don't need to. So it's like that, and then the sides. And yes, whenever you put a block right next to these pistons, it will fire, because that's how it works. So you go up like this, and ta-da. And you can also place blocks back here, but you don't need to. Like if you really need compact design, then yeah. But this isn't really meant to be all that compact. So then you can place your glass panes all across here, and then I'm just going to test it out. Falls in, goes into the hopper and into the chest. And now you're done. Now for the other version, you need a few more hoppers, but that's basically the only difference, and I'll show you that now. So to build the second version, you need a 7x7 platform, and on the third block in, you can place a chest. Then you take out these 4 blocks, and in each of them you can place a hopper facing that way. On the very last one, you shift click a hopper on top, and then 2 on each side of that one facing inward. And make sure you don't go like this, because it will go back and forth and it will never get into your chest. So as long as you can tell that they're facing in and down, you should be good. So right here, 1 block in front of the hoppers here, you place your sand with your sugarcane, but you can't place it yet because you have no water. And then build up your little wall. Place your water on each side, not in the middle, because then it'll just be still water. And if it lands on the end, then it basically just sits there and it never gets to the hopper. So after this, you build up pistons. It's there. Then you go facing towards you for every single sugarcane there is. Then on top of this piston that's facing up on the very, very end, you place sand with your furnace and then your 23 stone in the top slot. There, and then you place your block. Then you can take out your redstone stuff, and then you put in your comparator, and if there is no signal, oops, oh, if there's no signal, then you might want to check what you did, because it didn't work out for you. So you place blocks all the way back like this, with redstone on each of these, till you get to here. This is where you put your repeater with no delay, then your redstone on each of these, and if it lights up, then you're good. So here I put all of my blocks, so it looks a lot nicer, like that. And anytime, you put any block on here, it should update. And this is a cool trick to place these panes. You place them like on there. You gotta give it a second for that light to come back on, like that. And there you go. Then you can just build your roof, I guess, like this. And your roof, so in case it starts raining, you don't get really annoyed, or you can just turn off your sound. That's what I do sometimes. And then in the very back, you can place your blocks, but don't put them here like that, because no block will ever go into this hopper. So you gotta put them one block back, and that should be good, and it will prevent any sugarcane from flying back. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you guys later.